Good morning, everybody. Happy Wednesday to you all. So I have a confession to make. I have gone on the record before as saying that weight loss is not like magic. It's not magical. It doesn't just poof come off, right? In fact, I think I've said it several times, even just in the past few weeks. Weight loss is not magic. Fat loss is not magic. It's not like magic. And here's the deal. I was wrong. I realized a few days ago that's not true. Weight loss, fat loss is exactly like magic. And here's what I mean by that. So here's what magic isn't, okay? Magic is not a coin actually disappearing. Magic is not the card that you picked showing up in someone else's pocket, right? Here's what magic is. Magic is someone trying to learn a trick, right? Maybe it's a simple card trick or a simple coin trick, and it's the first trick they've ever learned, and they screw it up. And they try again, and they screw it up. And they try again, they screw it up. And they mess it up a whole bunch of times. And maybe they get really pissed off and frustrated and they want to quit. But they keep at it because it's something they really want to do. And then they get better and better and better. And pretty soon they master the trick, card trick, coin trick, whatever it is, right? And then they learn another trick, and they probably screw it up a lot. There's probably some skills from the first trick that they can carry over into the new trick that probably help them a little bit, but they still have to master the new trick, right? They still have to work on sleight of hand and distraction and the technique of the trick. And it takes a lot of practice, and they probably screw it up a whole lot before they master that. And then they move on to another trick, and then they move on to another trick. And before you know it, they probably have several tricks in their repertoire. And then when they perform a trick for you, when they're good enough, when they've done it enough, when they've screwed up enough and kept trying enough and practiced enough, it looks like magic. It looks like the coin disappears. It looks like the card. How did it get in my pocket? How did you do that? That was incredible. It blew my mind. I have no idea how you did that. It looks literally like magic. Fat loss is the same thing, right? When you see someone who has been practicing skills, who has been honing their nutritional skills, their exercise skills, their sleep skills, their managing life in healthy ways skills, it can feel like it's magic. How do you do that? I don't understand how you do that so effortlessly. But what you haven't seen is that this person maybe started with a trick or two. Maybe that trick was eating 3 servings of vegetables a day and getting 60 grams of protein. And they probably screwed those tricks up a lot. And they kept practicing and kept practicing. And they probably wanted to give up at some point, but they didn't. They came back to it and kept practicing and practicing until they mastered it. And then they can do those tricks with their eyes closed, right? And it seems like magic. And they take those skills from those tricks and they put them into a new trick, right? And they build on those and they build on those. And after a long time of a lot of screwing up, of a lot of frustration, of a lot of doing it wrong and wanting to quit and coming back and being persistent, they can do these things and they seem like magic. They seem effortless because they've done them so many times. They've screwed up so many times and they've honed them, they've refined them, and they've tried and tried and tried, and years and years and years of work. And all of a sudden it's like, man, it blows me away how easily they're able to do this stuff. Why can't I do things that easy? You can. You just have to get there. You have to put in the time. You have to put in the effort. You have to start with some basic tricks, and that may be, a few servings of vegetables every single day. It may be 6 to 7 hours of sleep a night. It may be hitting a certain amount of protein. It may be hitting the gym 3 times a week. It may be going for a walk after dinner twice a week. Just some basic tricks, some basic skills. Master them. When you feel like giving up, get back at it until they become a habit. Until you can do these things, you can sleepwalk through these skills throughout the week. And then you try some new tricks that are maybe a little more challenging. And you take the habits that you've learned, you take the tricks that you've learned, and you apply them to the new one. You take those techniques, and then you master those, and then you master those. And before you know it, well, maybe not before you know it, maybe in a few years or something, all of a sudden you can do these things that you could not do before. You can do them with your eyes closed because now they feel like magic. Have a good day.